Now, the second option for text to columns is based on a fixed width. So when you don't want to split based on a delimiter, that means you don't have anything in common across board that you want to use as a point of mark for the splitting, and you just basically want to split based on a fixed width, maybe split the first 3, or maybe split the first 4 or the first 5. So what you're going to use is fixed width, and let's say I want to split these month names here into only the first 3 characters. What I'm going to do is highlight the list of my months, go to my data tab, go to text to columns. Then instead of delimited, because each one of them basically do not have any common thing that separates them, I just want to split into first 3 characters only. So I'm going to go to fixed width, then I'll click on next, and then you see that I do have a ruler here that I can use to measure the width of where I want to split. So I'm just going to try as much as possible to point to after the first 3 characters, and I'm going to click on that point. So once you click on the point, you are going to see a line drawn here that shows as a preview of where the splitting is going to be effected. Now, if you have made a mistake and maybe you mistakenly clicked on the 4th line or the 2nd line, or some other kind of mistake, how you can adjust that mistake is by double clicking on the first line that you have drawn. So I can basically double click on this line like this, and it's going to disappear, right? So I can redraw it again by going to that point to click. Now, assuming that I want other splits, right? So in this case, I only want the first 3 characters. Maybe I want the first 3, the next 2. I can continue to draw lines of different points that I want to use to split, right? But in this case, I only want the first 3 characters. So I can delete these other 2 that I have created. Then I'm going to click on next. And at this point, of course, you do have, the option to select your destination, just like we saw previously. But one thing you can also do here as well is, since this is the one I want, remember the part where you get to choose the data type or the format of data that you want your output to be in. The last option you have on that list is do not import column, or to skip. Now, when I do this splitting, obviously there is nothing that I want to use the last characters to do. I just want the first 3 characters, and the last characters are useless to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next column in my preview that select the last characters, and I'm going to select do not import column. Okay, then I can click on finish. All right. Now, in the event where I want to apply different kind of splitting, that's when I get to select the column that I want, and I get to choose the type of data that I want for my output. But that's really not important in this case, and since I've already selected on the second column that I don't want that particular column to be imported, I can just click on finish, and I'm going to see the results that I desire.